Hello and welcome to another stream of Vampyr. The reason the previous stream ended for those watching on YouTube is because the PlayStation 5 doesn't like it when you're streaming and your game crashes, it decides to end your stream. So that's why the previous part 8, ended abruptly. So here I am with an unintended part 9 on the same day as part 8 was streamed to continue where we left off when the game crashed about 5 minutes ago at the time of recording this. Oh man, I tell you what, it's just so ridiculous, these kinds of things that happen and what actually causes it. Like, I was trying to just put a marker near the head icon on the main map, but it won't let me be that specific. As soon as I let go of the control stick after moving it away in any direction from the head icon, it just automatically brings it back. We are Sheila, yeah, we're back. So I was going to end the stream after doing a 4-hour stream session, and I started it sometime past 8 PM and it's now 20 past 10. So I'll do another 2-hour stream. Hopefully, if the game decides to crash, it's going to crash around the time I want to actually end the stream. Yeah, Dumbledore. You just never can tell. Sometimes I can be streaming a game for 30 minutes and the game crashes. I can be streaming for 5 hours and the game crashes. It's annoying when that happens at all, but it's really annoying if it happens, say, 20 to 30 or 40 minutes into a stream when the game crashes and then the stream ends. That really annoys me, because I hate having VODs that are only like 30 minutes long.
I have
Sheila, the PlayStation should just give you like 2 minutes to boot the game back up before it stops the stream. Exactly, Sheila, it really, really should. And I wish they programmed it so that if the game crashes, it treats it like it does when you actually press the home button and then access other menus on the PlayStation. Because it takes the broadcast to an idle screen, visually, and the streamer can still actually speak and have their voice come over that idle screen. May as well start the export of the previous stream before it crashed to my YouTube. Start the process of exporting. There we go. So before the game crashed, I'd been streaming for 2 hours and 7 minutes.
There has been a fight here. I can see a blood trail. Left by one of the antagonists, perhaps? What a mess. Something terrible happened here. But what? I can't believe I'm doing this. This is despicable.
Aubrey Reed's second letter. Reed Mansion, 4th of April, 1908. My dear son, this is my second letter for you. If you find this one, it means you'll probably have shown the first part to your sister Mary and to my dear Emmeline. I think it's a good thing you don't keep to yourself what you discover, but I leave that for you to decide. Do you remember our long walks in this park? Your mother taught you your alphabet under these trees. I hid so many wonderful treasures for you and Mary in this park. You were both so clever, so brilliant. I've always known you'd both become great people. I've always been proud of you. I was never able to conceal my pride when I was asked what you wanted to be. He'll be whatever he wants. Your mother was convinced you would be a great artist like her. You always liked to read and write. I still keep your very first poem, like I keep Mary's first drawing. When you chose to follow a medical study, your mother was sagacious enough to cover her trepidations and her worries. Me? I was happy you did not become a dull banker like me. When you told us you wanted to pursue a career in medicine, to improve life for all, without consideration of wealth, I knew we, as your parents, had taught you the most important lesson of all. To respect each and every soul for what they are, not what they have. If you want to know more, all you have to do is to remember which hospital you chose to apply for your first internship. I am as ever your loving father, Aubrey Reed.
I had almost forgotten I applied for a position at Pembroke. It was so long ago.
women's right to vote is only the first step.
Please, I feel sick. Get over it now.
If Pembroke is still standing after this holiday.
It's locked, all right. It's locked.
Hey, Anasune, welcome. How's things been? Aubrey Reed's third letter. Reed Mansion, 4th of April 1908. My dearest child, this was my last letter for you. I chose to hide it in the Pembroke Hospital. Do you remember how disappointed you were when your application was rejected? I had never seen you so upset. For days you did not say a word. This was the first time I realized the darkness you had in you, my son. A black stone embedded in your heart, hidden to all, which I sometimes saw in your sister too. I feared for you both, for I perfectly knew what it meant to feel this gloomy mood, the dark side of the Reeds, the reason why I must go, now that I know I'm condemned. I'm sick, my son. The diagnosis is irrevocable and death will soon come. I refuse to be seen like this by those I love. This is my fault and my decision. You're so far away now, learning with this Dr. Carroll in Paris how to transfuse blood to save patients, already thinking about how to improve the method you've helped to create. I'm so proud of you, my son, but you can't save me. I won't be Aubrey Reed, the dying banker surrounded by his friends and family, unable to leave his bed. I won't stand it. I don't accept it, so I left. Just like you left us to become the great surgeon you are destined to be, the great surgeon I never want to see next to me, looking at me knowing I will die soon. Keep on studying, my son. Become whoever you're destined to be, and do it for yourself, not for your old father who loves you. I've taken all the necessary measures to protect you, my family, of any dangers to come. I want you all to remember me as I was, not as I'm about to be. I leave, for I love you, my pearls and jewels. I do it because I have this dark mood in me I hid from everyone as long as I could. In a few days, I'll go where I stood when you left us for France. There, I'll leave a last gift for you. There, I'll vanish, never to come back. Farewell, Jonathan. I wish you to be as happy as I've been with you all these years. Kiss my Mary and my Emmeline for me. Take care of them. Farewell, my dear boy. Believe me ever, my dearest John, your devoted father. Aubrey Reed.
Southwark. My departure for France as a promising student. My return as a brilliant surgeon, about to be killed. transformed.
Yeah, meter work is finally over for today. The last hour was crazy. So many customers. They were like, we need to make sure that we're going to do everything that we need. We're going to make sure that we time it so that it's going to be the last bit of time that Amita has today. Just to make it so crazy. That's good that it's all done now for you today, dude. You'll be able to relax now and chill out. Gioni, damn, what a letter. Oh, absolutely, yeah. Yeah, and I don't know how long it's been since he actually wrote that letter and left as well. I don't even know how old Jonathan Reed is supposed to be at this point in the game. I'd say he's at least in his 30s, maybe. Yeah, and me too. Sometimes it feels like that with stuff. It feels like everything is just waiting until a certain time to just all happen at once. Anasune, how are things? You won't lie, the answer to that is a bit complicated. We'd rather not talk about it, sensitive topic and all that. Anyway, how's Vampyr going first playthrough? Oh, totally understandable, Anasune, for sure. Yeah, I can understand that. Whatever it is, I hope that it gets sorted as soon as it can, and I hope that whatever it is as well will be something that, is solvable very soon. Vampyre's going pretty good. I'm taking my time a bit with this playthrough because I'm doing also the side missions and stuff. But yeah, it's going really well. This is my second playthrough. The first playthrough last year, I got the bad ending. There's 4 different endings. And for this playthrough, I decided to go for the worst ending. So we're going to be making sure that we turn all the districts in the game to hostile. You don't have to kill every citizen in those districts to do it, but I'm also adding on top that I have to kill all the citizens in the game. So I'm waiting until the mesmerized level of the main character gets to a certain point, and then once that happens, all the citizens are going to be getting embraced. It'll be good to do it one after the other because it'll be like a big massacre that goes on. It'll be one embrace after another. Amity, yeah, 5 hours of no work was just the calm before the storm. That's it. Anasune, so the ending something like good, best, bad, and worst. Yeah, I think you could sum each one up as that, pretty much. Because when I did my first playthrough and got the ending that I did, I made sure to make a note of which one it was, because at that point I didn't know how long it would be until I played it again. But I did that too with Call of Cthulhu as well. When I was playing that game, I kept note of what endings I got, so I could then look at what ending I would like to get. And for that game, I've gotten all the endings now in that one. Layers of Fear 2, there's a certain ending I got, so if I play that game again in the future, I've made note of what ending I got the first time around, so I know which one to avoid the things for. Me too, yeah. Best is not to embrace anyone, so being a pacifist basically. Yeah, that's the other thing too, as well. Like, it's interesting that if you decide to just kill everyone, that it can make things more difficult, because there might be some changes that happen in the area in which things have gone to shit. Hey there, Scar. Greetings to you as well. How's your Friday going? You just woke up, Scar, so no idea? That's totally fair too as well. I hope you end up having a great Friday. Hopefully it's a good precursor to a great weekend as well. So, Mita, will you be doing some more of Alien Isolation today? Getting back to Sevastopol, the great holiday destination. It's all fun and games on Sevastopol Station. Especially a deadly game of hide and seek with a very deadly adversary. And me too, yeah, you will play hide and seek with the alien. It's so annoying in that game where you get pinned in and you get sort of like in a loop where you'll hide from the alien, and then when you think the coast is clear, it's not. So you go back into hiding. There's been a lot of parts in that game in the past where I've done like a few laps of an area to try and get a good opening to escape. It's really interesting too with that game because it makes you very paranoid about where you're actually heading and how much noise you're making too. Because you know that at any moment the alien can just be like, boo! And you'd be like, fuck! Skull, what about alien hides in the meter seek lol? It's like, just turn the tables on the alien. Have the alien be the one that just flees in terror.
For now, everything seems under control.
Me too, you don't think it works that way, Scar? Yeah. In Mita, there was actually an achievement to scare the alien using fire. Oh yeah, yeah. I remember the movie Alien 3 and how they did video games based on that across different systems, like the NES and the Genesis and the Super Nintendo and stuff. What was always interesting is that, for those who haven't seen Alien 3, it takes place on basically a planet that is a prison, and there's no weapons, there's no guns at all. None on the entire location. And so they're dealing with the alien without being able to use weapons like that. But of course, for video game, they couldn't just do a game where you can't fight without weapons. So in the Alien 3 games, you actually have, like, you know, the pulse rifle, the flamethrower, you know, all these different things. Because otherwise you wouldn't have a game. But of course, they wanted to capitalize on that movie. Because if they had done the game when the second movie came out, that would warrant making the game, you know, match the movie. But because they didn't do those particular games, I mean, there is a actually no, I think I'm mixing Alien vs Predator up with that. I mean, years later, there was like an Aliens Colonial Marines game and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I think there was an arcade game based on Aliens, I think, now that I think about it. if anyone watching is a fan of Game of Thrones and you know the actor Charles Dance, he's actually in Alien 3 as well. He plays one of the prisoners in that movie, who's actually also, I think from memory, he's also a doctor in the movie. That was his profession. And I think the reason he's there in prison on that planet is because something happened with a patient, I think, maybe. It's been ages since I saw the movie, so I don't really 100% remember. But he's a really cool actor. In a few movies that he was in that I watched growing up. Yeah, imagine that in the game. It's like, hey, you've got this alien creature that's after you, but you have no weapons. You just have to try and dodge and hide and duck and weave and stuff. Scar, well, you think all Alien games were about shooting it, except Isolation? Yeah. There's certain things I don't want to talk about Alien Isolation for spoilers. There's definitely like an interesting creature cycle as well. Like, you have the egg with the facehugger inside that when it latches onto its victim, it impregnates them with an embryo down the throat. And then it gestates inside the chest. Then after a certain amount of time, it literally bursts out of the chest cavity and is a tiny, really small baby alien. And then within a matter of hours, it matures into a larger than human-sized, creature. Keone, that's where arachnophobia starts. Actually, speaking of that movie, like, obviously arachnophobia is an actual fear. But I still haven't seen that movie that they did called that. Well, to be honest, it is bullshit. Yeah, it's probably not a lot of realistic scientific basis. But it definitely makes for a very sort of like creepy kind of, feeling. La Aiglon, Edmond Rostand Doris Fletcher, Royal Garden Hall, Red Crown Street, London, June-July 1917. Inmita, that reminded you of Resident Evil 3 when that thing enters Jill's mouth. Disgusting. That's true, Inmita. Oh yeah. That's an annoying friggin' part of the game as well. Hey, Oliver. Welcome back. Guess who's back? Back again. Ollie's back. Back again. Welcome back, Oliver. Good to see you in chat again, dude. I hope that everything went well. I hope you had a great time. Although it was pretty tough, was it? Pretty grueling. So you cannot make people pregnant through the throat. No, that is true. Yeah. I mean, technically, I don't know if you would call it becoming pregnant in the context of the alien embryo being inside.
Now everything seems under control.
But still, yeah, just the idea of having some kind of organism that is forced down your throat, and then after a while it bursts out of your chest, like. Oliver, especially the last 24 hours since you fell a little ill due to the cold and wet, but was fun leading men into battle. Well, that'd be the thing too, as well. Like, you know, getting sick and being at the mercy of the elements and all that kind of stuff as well. Only Batman versus Alien would be interesting, but Batman with prep time is unmatched. Yeah, the Alien would just, you know, run off. It'd be just like, no, I'm not going to compete with Batman. Goodbye. Scar, Alien versus John Cena would be nice to see. I mean, you'd only be seeing the alien doing the fighting in that matchup. Oliver, sneaking, running and trying to find the enemy and then destroying was the only fun you had. Most of the time you were just sitting around waiting for your next task, lol. Yeah, just sitting around, waiting around. Yeah, that can be annoying too when you're just waiting for the next stage of something to happen. And there's nothing that you can really do except just, you know, wait.
This one's mine! He's dead!
Oh, I've been going well, Oliver. Had a good day today, and also had some barbecue chicken pizza earlier. I've still got some leftovers too, so that'll be good to have later as well. But yeah, been doing a lot of Assassin's Creed stuff. Finished off Assassin's Creed. Well, I can't remember which one I was up to when you last saw me stream an Assassin's Creed game, but I finished Revelations recently, so I'll be jumping into Assassin's Creed 3 on Wednesday. And then when that's finished, I'll be taking a break from doing the annual Assassin's Creed runs to do some other stuff. And then when I come back to that series for the annual runs, it'll be Liberation. Will be the next one after 3 in the groupings that I'm doing.
It's on to us! Lord, give us remember your vow! Have no fear, brother! Bloody leech!
Oh, thanks, Oliver. Cheers, dude. The Templars don't know who they're messing with. Definitely not, no. And for Revelations, I did a challenge. Well, actually, it wasn't really a challenge. I could make it a challenge in a future version of it, but the initial version I did for this playthrough of Revelations was I had to use the recruits for killing. So Ezio pretty much would just whistle for the recruits and just sit back, relax, kick his feet up and be lazy. Well, they did all the work. But if I wanted to turn it into a challenge playthrough in a future version of it, I would add, like, you know, a stealth, can't be fully detected aspect to it as well. And also not allow myself to have as many recruits as you can get, and make sure that I don't actually apply any skill points that they get and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, for this Revelations playthrough, it was just another different way to play through it. Different approach. Didn't really make the game too difficult. Weren't any moments where it was like, oh man, I wish I didn't have to use the recruits. So that was good. And then for Assassin's Creed 3, I'm going to do a disarm approach, where I need to make sure that I disarm an enemy and then kill them with their own weapon. Oh shit. I didn't realize I actually finished this quest. Whoops. I'm like, where's the thing? A journey to the past. I've discovered part of my father's testament. Maybe if I take time to investigate further, I may finally find out why he disappeared all those years ago. So what was even inside his safe? I wasn't even paying attention, to be honest, at what I was doing. I was just on autopilot. Open your father's safe. The final hidden box is back in Southwark, where the game started. It's inside the building with the safe house that you entered on the first day you became a vampire back during the prologue. Look for a green safe. The safe contains an expensive watch that belonged to Jonathan's dad. Like any watch, this can be recycled for parts or it can be sold for a few shillings. However, there's another option. If you return and speak to Avery, you will have a green story option that you can select that will give the watch to Avery as a gift. There's no advantage to doing this. You don't get anything in return. It's just a nice gesture to reward your loyal family servant who cares for your mother. You know what? I'm actually going to give it to him. Mainly because he's going to be embraced later on. So we'll sort of give him this as a gift. It'll be the last gift he ever receives.
Ah, I have an idea. What about making Alien versus Bane? So we can make a movie and give it back to you, the people.
The alien better watch out though, because Bane will break its back. However, in doing that, he'll most likely have all the acid for blood that aliens have doing damage to him. So it might not be a great idea to do a back-breaking thing with them. Hey there, Coffee. Welcome on in. Are there any Witcher playthroughs on the horizon? Absolutely, for sure. Yeah, I definitely want to play through Witcher 3 again. It'll be my second playthrough, but I definitely want to do something for its 10th anniversary as well. And I'll definitely be doing the Blood and Wine and Hearts of Stone DLC as well.
I have this.
Oliver, just like a wizard, a Witcher arrives exactly when he means to. Not a second too soon, and not a second too late. Oliver, it never hurts to replay great quests. Unless that quest is one of the most annoying that a game has to offer, and you know that it's going to take you over an hour of real time to actually get through.
Without the wet boots keeping things straight, these parts would be running completely amok.
Oliver, will you love quests that take you a whole day in real life to complete? And then it's like if you're doing a challenge playthrough where your punishment if you fail a challenge objective is to restart the whole thing from scratch after that whole day's worth of getting through. It's like, great. Now you have to, potentially redo that same amount of time all over again. Scar, did you notice Bane's famous line in the end of the expression? I didn't pick up on that, Scar, no. Yeah, the part, make a movie and give it back to you, the people. Yeah, doesn't he say something similar when he's doing that speech at the stadium? Is it? I can't remember now. It's been I think it was 2016 when I saw The Dark Knight Rises last. And when I did as well, I watched the Dark Knight trilogy back to back. Because I got the Blu-rays of them and I wanted to do a marathon viewing of them. And me too, like Batman Arkham Origins, you spend 50 hours playing the game and it's still the same night. That's true, you know. It's so funny when that kind of stuff happens as well. Oliver, here's an idea, never do that kind of challenge. That's definitely a very plausible way to approach it. Just don't do it. There was a playthrough I did a few years back with Assassin's Creed Syndicate, and there was different rules, and one of them was that Evie and Jacob couldn't use the rope launcher at all. But instead of it being a thing where, oh, you accidentally used the rope launcher, so just redo the mission, it was, oh, you accidentally used the rope launcher? Restart the entire game from scratch. So of course, I got up to sequence 6 out of 9 in that game, and absent-mindedly, I accidentally pressed the button that used the rope launcher, so I had to redo all 6 of those sequences again. Well, 5 sequences, because I hadn't finished sequence 6. But in that game, sequence 8 of the story is locked behind liberating 3 burrows in the game. So not only did I have to redo the sequences that I had done in the first attempt all over again, I also had to spend the time to liberate the 3 burrows. The first one is naturally part of the story, whereas the other 2, you have to make sure that you do those, because otherwise you can't actually finish the story. So yep, accidentally used it, had to restart the game. Probably took me 2 hours to even just do the 2 burrow liberations on top of the one that you need to do, that the story directs you to, that you have to do as part of the story. You can't avoid it. Scar, but you love Batman Arkham Origins because it's open world and it also is Christmas. Yeah, it's interesting when things are set during that time period. The movie Batman Returns was set during Christmas as well. Yeah, Oliver, rest in peace, alright. It was so friggin' annoying. So for the rest of the playthrough, I made sure to have my finger be as far away from the... It was on the Xbox version, so it was the right bumper button. Made sure that I didn't have my finger close to it, so I wouldn't accidentally press it either. Actually, that game's a pretty good one to do challenges with, because you can even do challenge runs where you have one set of rules for Jacob and one set of rules for Evie, and then you can have also a set of rules that both have to actually worry about.
Yes, Mr. Jonathan?
Avery, I finally deciphered my father's puzzle. Among other things, I found his watch. I'd really like you to have it.
I can't accept this gift, sir.
Yes, you can, Avery. You deserve it.
I thank you, sir. I'll keep it until the day I die.
literally.
Goodbye, Avery. Please watch over my mother until I return.
Of course, Mr. Jonathan. But please return as soon as possible.
I keep a record of the challenge rules I come up with for my challenge runs of stuff. So I'll have a look and see what rules I had for that playthrough. I like to do it too because then that way, if I want to do a challenge run with a different game, I can look at the rules that I had for one game and then decide what I want to keep and not worry about and apply it to a different game as well. And I've got it so that I've got a short version of it where it doesn't have what the rules were for each challenge, but it's a quick way for me to see what challenges I've done with what games as well at a glance. Alright, so the challenge that I did with Assassin's Creed Syndicate that I called a limits challenge, the rules were for Evie, she had to knock out normal enemies. Also had to assassinate main targets with the hidden blade. And wasn't allowed to do any stealth. Wasn't allowed to have any stealth skills. So that was Evie's side of things. For Jacob's side of things, it was combat only, so I couldn't do stealth with him. Weakest brass knuckles and gear only, and no combat skills. So that was the rules for Jacob. And the rules for both was no eagle vision, no grapple, which is the rope launcher, no whistling, no using knives or using guns. There were exceptions that I put in place when it's automatic or forced to be used by the game. The penalty was a game restart, only when it's not forced or automatically done by the game. So yeah, those were the challenge rules I did for the limits challenge. Evie's rules were she had to knock out normal enemies, had to assassinate main targets with a hidden blade, wasn't allowed to have any stealth skills. For Jacob, it was combat only and only with the weakest brass knuckles and gear only, so couldn't upgrade either of those. Just had to use what the game allowed you to as a base level, and then no combat skills were allowed. And then for both of them, no eagle vision, no grapple / rope launcher, no whistle, knives or guns. Scar, did you find Vampire game being hard when you played it for the first time? I did in the early stages because you can get into a situation where you just get into a loop of getting frustrated at enemies that are kicking your ass because you want to kick their ass and get past the part. So after a while of being stubborn and you finally succeed, it's a good feeling. But but early in the game that can happen quite a lot. But you get to a point where it doesn't really bother you too much, as long as you keep things up to date in terms of, like, skills and all that kind of stuff. Of course, you can do grinding and things like that.
There are rumors of abductions in the West End at night. That can't be true.
Scar, so ass-kicking competition of yours didn't go so well in the beginning. Yeah, it took a while to get past certain points. Because that can happen, because my stubbornness set in, and it's just like, I'm going to keep on trying no matter how many hours it will take. Not as yet, Scar. I definitely want to play that game at some point. Now with the remaster out, I'm sort of contemplating whether I want to play the original or the remaster.
This is despicable. I have this thirst for blood. Fresh water. As long as it's not holy water, I may find some use for it.
Pure water. Good for plants, not for vampire.
This is despicable. I have this thirst for blood.
Hey, mate, do you like the music that plays when you're in the 4th region near the club? Oh, yeah. Definitely pointed out to me when come across it, because I don't really know. It might be the music I'm thinking of.
Women of all countries unite! Support the equality between men and women!
Stupid newborn!
thick, sturdy blood sample. A small dose of thick, sturdy blood that can be used to create regeneration serums for vampires. Strong regeneration serum. Regenerate 800 health points instantly, then 150 health points over 15 seconds. Hey there, Royal Twix. Welcome. Is this game scary? It isn't, no. Yeah, it's not a scary one. Not for me. It's a good one, though. I like vampires. And it's an interesting concept as well. We're playing a doctor who specializes in blood transfusions who becomes a vampire. Gotta love the irony, which is also an interesting word to use because it has iron in it, and we have iron in our blood, I guess. At least I think we do. That's fair enough in meter, yeah. If I go near it, you'll point it out. Cool. Royal Twix, what types of enemy do you encounter? So you got like humans, vampire hunters that you need to deal with. And there's various different types of those as well. There's these annoying ones that use like a crucifix staff kind of thing, and it creates this light that can, I think it does damage to you. Then you've got like these enemies called skulls, which are kind of like these vampires that have lost all their sort of like human aspects that vampires might still have, especially in the way that they look. And I think also their scars and stuff like that they actually get, I don't think they have the same regeneration that vampires have. And then you got like these big beast things that you fight as well. So there's a few different kinds of enemies. And then you got these other regular vampires like this guy. You are human. Barely. I am a lawyer. Thanks for redeeming that, Dr. Darling is an Arnie impression. Which movie is that one from again?
I cannot enter.
Oh yeah, from Blade 2. Now I remember that. It's one of the familiars, I think. one of those humans that is hoping that one day they'll actually get turned into a vampire. Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill. Meter, thank you so very much, dude, for the 1 month, 3 days, and 13 hours of watch time. That's awesome, dude. Thank you so much for that. No, I'll be right, thanks, Meter. I've got a guide here as well that I've been using too. Sometimes I just like to try and find out stuff on my own. Ah, this music emitter. Oh, cool. This one, yeah. Yeah, I like this one a lot too. This was the one that I was thinking that you were meaning when you first mentioned it.
Support the equality between men and women. Women
Even
of
someone
all
you're close
countries
to.
unite. Women of all countries unite! Women's right to vote is only the first step.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Don't you know better? You're feeble! Ah!
Women die too in this war. Women of all countries unite. Women of all countries unite!
In Meteor, you're giving the Cyberpunk 2077 another try. I wanted to see if you will be able to open the game this time. Yeah, hopefully you'll be able to open it and play it and not have that issue happen. Hey there, Drake. Hi, I'm Drake. You're new to the channel. Totally new. You must have hacked the system, because according to Twitch, you created your account on the 10th of July in 2018, and you followed my channel on the 22nd of June in 2019, and you were previously subbed for 4 months. You've had 999 plus messages. Hey there, Drake. How's things been, dude? The Ichor's threat. Of all the evil and foul skulls I've ever had to fight, the Ichor, or Ichor, might be maybe the worst. Not because of its fighting prowess, even if it remains a powerful and dangerous opponent. Not because of its superior wit or cunning plans. An Ichor is quite blunt and straightforward in his actions and objectives. Spread diseases, contagions, and epidemics whenever and wherever it can. An Ichor is the incarnation of viruses and infections. Wherever it goes, sicknesses appear and quickly spread. It is like it only walks this earth to generate plagues and epidemics, as if its skin itself diffuses sickness. Ichors are clever, sneaky, malevolent, and ferocious, capable of enduring many wounds. To spoil a water tank, a granary, or a banquet, this is the kind of things an Ichor would enjoy to do, in order to please its putrid and perverse nature. They are so rare that we do not know anything about them. The lazy brotherhood believes that they should not be considered vampires or skulls, but as something else. All I know is this. An Ichor must be destroyed by all means necessary as soon as it is spotted. From Know Your Enemies by Carl Eldritch, pre-win leader. Drake Ichor Pro Ultra now for $1,200. And if you call now within the next 5 minutes, you'll get a free towel. It's funny when you get those products that get sold and then they say, if you call now within such and such, we'll give you this extra item that has no relation, whatever, to the actual thing that we're selling you initially. With a 1-day warranty. Like literally 1 day, as in if you buy at night time, it already doesn't work. Because it only works during the day. And Meta, Windows always chooses the right amount to update. It's like it's has to be in the mood. And damn anyone else. Meta, now that you're downloading Cyberpunk, Windows is like, what about an update? What I hate too sometimes is when you go, okay, you're shutting down your computer and then Windows is like, Windows needs to update. Choose, update and shut down. And so you choose that and it doesn't update it for some reason. So when you turn your computer on next thinking that it actually updated before it shut down, because you know you might have gone off to do something else while it was shutting down and installing an update, and then when you load it up again next, it's like, Now installing the update, and you're like, you fucking son of a bitch. You said you were downloading the update as it was shutting down, as part of the shutdown process. Oh yeah, me too. You've had it happen to you as well. Yeah, it's so friggin' annoying.
I'm sure Kaloon Russell has no interest in such a conventional menu.
Finally found the area that I'd actually found last week in last week's stream. It's
I can't continue like this.
in Meta, it can also happen like this. You choose to shut down and obviously not update, but it updates anyway. When that happened, you're like, I told you I don't want to update. Why are you updating? Oh yeah, dude. That's happened to me too as well. It's like, oh, for fuck's sake. And sometimes too, you second guess whether you even actually chose it, but then you're like, no, I chose it. Why did it decide to override that?
Continue like this. His name. You cannot forget his name.
In Meta, good news. Cyberpunk works and has saved your previous progress too. Oh, dude, that's great. That'd be a huge relief to have. That's awesome. And me too, you're almost sure that it will crash again, but it opened. I don't blame you for thinking that it might, because when it's happened, you know, so many times before, makes you wonder, it's probably going to do it again.
Support the equality between men and women.
I'm sure Kaloon Russell has no interest in such a conventional menu.
That's all good, Imita. No worries, dude. Alright, so it's good that when we go to one area that is a point of interest in this side mission, and we've investigated it, and it's not the right one, at least it takes it off the map. The annoying thing was, like, the one that it is, in last week's stream, I actually came across it, because it was one of those restaurants where they blindfold the person or the people eating, and the people order something but they don't actually see what they've ordered. But usually when I'm looking for something I don't find it, but when I'm not looking for it I do find it. Oliver, wait, are you the bad or good Jonathan in this playthrough? Pretty much the bad Jonathan. There's been some dialogue choices that I've made that aren't really reflective of that, but it's mainly just in the fact that all these citizens, and if I actually have a look, so we have all the citizens in the docks, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 15, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 31, 32, 34, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52, 54, 56, 58, 60, 62. All 62 citizens are going to be dead. You don't turn people into vampires in this. I mean, technically you can through indirect... Well, you can turn certain citizens into skulls through certain choices. And so far we've killed 2, and these are the pillars of the district, which means if you get rid of a pillar, they're kind of like one of the strongest characters of the actual location as well. And so if you knock them out, then yeah, the district's going to really suffer as a result. But yeah, for this playthrough, all of them are going to die. You knew it, Psycho Rod. Rod Apocalypse. Vita, welcome back. Wow, the end of the world. Absolutely. The end is nigh. Here it is.
A restaurant where the guests are blindfolded before being seated. Intriguing.
See that? My mind melded the actual menu that you read that talks about the restaurant where you get blindfolded. For some reason in my mind it mixed that with a different sort of like entrance, if you will. I didn't remember it the way it actually is. I remembered it for some reason as one of the other spots where we actually go to. So the first time when I said, oh, last week I came here, I was mistaken about that location. But the location that I just went to now with the restaurant where you get blindfolded, that's where I actually went last Friday. Time to report back to Calhoun the Loon. Born on a full moon. Favorite utensil is a spoon.
Exactly what that poet meant the other night.
Women's right to vote is only the first
Favorite
step.
thing to do is pop a balloon. Oliver, you must know Dr. Alzheimer personally. Who?
I'm hungry. Where? Good evening, Dr. Reed. A great night, what?
I have found a restaurant that could satisfy you, Mr. Russell. The most intriguing and exotic restaurant in London.
Really? You have piqued my interest. Where is it?
It's a place where you eat in complete darkness and try to identify your meal without anything but your palate.
My, oh my, how interesting. It could even be fun to eat a little poisson et fruit that way. Oh, thank you, Dr. Reed. Please, have this for your research.
Hey Calhoun, you could also do a Russian roulette style of thing with various meals, but one of them is poisoned, but you don't know which one it is. So if there's 10 different dishes, one of them has the poison in it. Actually, that reminds me, in the movie, no, what's it called? It's part of the, they could only call the first 3 movies Child's Play, but then something happened with the rights, and so the rest of them had to use Chucky in the title. But anyway, I think it is it Cult of Chucky? No, it wasn't that one. That was the one after the one I'm thinking. Anyway, there's one of the Chucky movies where basically everyone's at the dinner table and there's poison put in someone's meal, but no one knows whose it is, and no one even knows there's even any poison at all as well. Oliver, exactly, 100%. Sorry, what were we talking about again?
Goodbye, Mr. Russell. I'm sure you'll take care of yourself.
Don't let any strangers come into your house.
Investigation succeeded. I realized I didn't read the final one for this. So, Occult Oculus. We finished this earlier. I found an intriguing document with the promising title, Cure for Blindness. Problem is, the rest of the document is written in Braille and I can't read it. If only I could find someone who could help me decipher this text. So we found someone who can actually decipher it, which is this character, Mason. We brought back the notes. We found the lab of the Brother of St. Paul's stole. We retrieved the potion recipe in the laboratory. And when we had to choose what to do with the chemist's diary, we actually gave it to Mason. And then we did that one, and then now this one. A surprise for the London's lone gourmet. A jovial and self-centered hedonist, Calhoun Russell claims he is always happy to try exotic new meals. If I ever find an intriguing table, he would like me to report back to him and share the address. I wonder what kind of restaurant would please and surprise a man of such delicate taste. So we found an exceptional restaurant for Calhoun Russell, where you actually get blindfolded when you order, so you don't know exactly what you've ordered in terms of like visually. And we reported to Calhoun about it. There we go. Alright. We haven't met this person yet.
Suspicious recently.
Oliver, I can't remember. We must be getting old.
Don't let any strangers come into your
It's like getting. I think I'm at the stage where I feel like I've gotten old. Not that I'm getting old.
Don't let any strangers come into your house.
However, it's all relative in who you're actually talking to, because if you're 20 years old, someone who's 50 will seem very old. But when you're 50, someone who's 80 would be very old. So me being 41, it is old, But when I look at people who are 60, I think to myself, now that's old. Whereas someone who's 80 would look at someone who's 40 and go, "You're still a whippersnapper, what are you doing?" No. Since we actually have a letter related to Charlotte Ashbury, we may as well speak to her. So she's actually, I think from memory, she's the adopted daughter of Elizabeth Ashbury. Oliver, we are ancient relics from the Old Kingdom. "30 is the new 90. It's like how dogs have a different, I think cats do too, have a different measurement of their ages, you know, and how long a year is for us is not the same amount of aging for an animal. So maybe there's like a human form of that, we could say, where it's like, if you're 30, you're actually really 60 or something.
Good evening, miss.
Oh my god, no. Please, Mr. Vampire, don't kill me. Please, no. I'm too young to die. I still have so much to offer this world.
Wait, no. Why do you think I would... What?
Don't worry, Dr. Reed. I know you wouldn't harm me. Mother told me you were in this part of town and might drop by.
Your mother?
My name is Charlotte, sir. Charlotte Ashbury. My mother taught me long ago how to recognize the signs that betray a vampire.
I understand she also taught you how to tease and gently mock innocent young Ekons. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Charlotte.
I'm sorry, Charlotte, but in this playthrough, like the other citizens in this game, you're going to be embraced. Because all the citizens in this playthrough are going to die. And Mita, of course he won't harm you. Yet. Exactly, that's the main word there. Yet.
What exactly has your mother told you about me?
Your name and profession, obviously, and the mystery about your maker. I'm sorry to hear about what happened to your sister, sir. Mother says it was not your fault.
Does it not scare you to know what I am? What your mother is?
Why should it? My mother is the most compassionate woman. Must I be wary of her, Dr. Reed? Or you?
I actually forgot what the character said. Because I was like, I need to just double check to make sure that none of these decisions will actually make me lose a hint. And in the process of doing that, I actually didn't remember what she had actually said. So in Mita, I don't know if you know what she said, but if so, then that will help me know actually which one I wanted to answer with in this one, because I read that it doesn't matter which one you choose, it won't make you lose a hint. But I'm like, oh fuck, because I'm like, do I want to answer like, because I can't remember if it was something like, will you turn me one day or something. Oh, she said if she should be worried about. Okay, all right. Well, thanks, Amita, for clearing that up. Yeah. So there we go. Alright, so in that case, I'm gonna go with no to be, a bit of an asshole because, we definitely are later on. So I'll definitely choose no. Hey there, Senny. Welcome on in, dude. Thank you so much for the raid. Oliver, congratulations, Rod. You have lived to be 100. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Well, I mean, it might be. Who knows? But yeah, imagine living to 100. Like, the amount of changes you would have seen over that time too. Welcome to you, Senny, and your raiders as well. Welcome on in, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. How was the rest of your stream, dude? And how's your teeth going as well? Did you get some painkillers? Hey there, are they? Welcome on in. Oliver, it's as if you are truly a vampire. Dun dun dun. Imagine being a vampire but you don't know it because you haven't reached the point in your vampirism yet where you actually have to do things that vampires need to do. It's going really well, are they? Just been doing some side stuff. This stream is actually the game crashed on me about 2 hours or so into the stream before this one, and then I just started up another one. But going well otherwise, though. How about yourself, are they? Cricketer went well, thanks. You ended up finishing the playthrough. Oh, GG's. Congratulations, dude. That's good. Your mouth is doing alright. Definitely had to take some painkillers, but it helped get a bit of relief for a while. You'll probably lie down for a bit and watch the stream on the phone, though. Oh, totally understandable. For sure, dude. That's definitely good that you got some painkillers into you and that it's really helped as well. Lying down will do you good, too. But, yeah, like, anything with the with dental, because there's so much that's around your teeth that can be affected too as well, which is, really, really annoying on top. So we're going to say no, but we totally are going to embrace Charlotte as one of the characters, because all the citizens are going to be embraced.
Of course not. You have nothing to fear from me, or your mother.
Good to know. And don't worry, my mother told me everything I need to know about vampire tricks, their nature as well as features.
Your mother is not like any other vampire I've met.
I believe she thinks the same about you, Dr. Reed.
What do you think about this part of town?
I was raised here, and I suppose it feels like home. You grew up in this part of town too, did you not?
Yes, I was born a few streets away.
A small world, is it not? Did you ever imagine that my mother was your neighbor all that time? That you could have met her in a dark alley at night?
You won't trick me twice, young lady. We both know Lady Ashbury never hunts or attacks prey at random.
Come on, Doctor. Don't tell me you never thought about that possibility. Her fangs on your neck. Oh, are you blushing, Dr. Reed?
Are you doing good? A bit tired, but that is because you, after work, had to do basically more work, which was really heavy. Though what's good is that you got off normal work 3 hours early. Really looking forward to the Eurovision Song Contest final tomorrow. I'm glad to hear that you're doing good, Ave, and yeah, I don't blame you for being tired after that too, as well. Going the extra mile, doing more work, and also doing something that, just makes the whole workday even longer. Hopefully the singer that you're hoping will win will actually win. Crooked, that's true. Makes you realize how important healthy dental is. Absolutely do, you know, because you got like all the nerves and how you can get pain that shoots up through into like your cheekbone area and all that kind of stuff too as well.
Is there something that's bothering you?
Too much selfishness and individualism for my taste, even when there was no epidemic.
Even if that's partly true, may I remind you that many charitable institutions are financed by the selfish and filthy rich.
I suppose you're right. But society must reform and renew itself, or we are all done for.
Tell me about your adoption.
What do you want to know?
Who are your real parents?
Elizabeth Ashbury is my real mother. She raised me and has taken care of me all my life. I have no idea who my progenitors are or were.
Do you live with her?
I still spend a lot of time in my mother's mansion, but I have my own house now. I have a life to live, you see. And one day, I'll have my death to face.
Yes, one day, soonish.
How did you meet Lady Ashbury?
First, I was an orphan in the institution for girls she manages in the West End. When I was 10, she adopted me, and I have lived with her ever since.
Did you know she was a vampire when she picked you?
The correct word is Ekon, Doctor. And no, I had no idea why my mother only showed up at night. She told me everything when I turned 16, though I suspected the truth for a long time before that.
They want Europe to be saunified by Sweden, but really, there are so many you could see win and be happy with. Finland, Albania, France, Poland, Lithuania, and probably someone else you can't think of right now. It's a very even year. What you're really happy about is that the entire North, as well as the Baltics, are in the final. That has never happened before. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, like so much time can pass and so many years can have, you know, the certain same like groupings of countries over and over, but when it gets to a point where there's a whole different other grouping, you know, that's really cool.
What are you doing out here?
You mean, what do I do outside at night since I am a woman? Let me ask you a question, sir. Would you ask the same question of a man?
Actually, yes. I ask the same question to everyone who dares to go outside at night, considering the risks.
Well, if you must know, I campaign for the right to vote for all women. Why should I wait to the age of 30 years when men can vote at 21?
Are you a suffragette, then? Oh, you really are Elizabeth's girl. Without a doubt.
All adult women have the right to vote in the US, in New Zealand, and in Australia. But women here can't vote unless they are property owners.
No need to convince me, Miss Charlotte. I have shared your opinion for a long time. Even before I met Emmeline Pankhurst.
Really? Oh. Now I see why my mother appreciates you so much. Too bad there aren't more men like you in the vicinity.
How are the locals reacting to your claims?
People here can't wait for a wall to be built to isolate the West End from the rest of town. That's how progressive they are. If this happens, Emily and I will blow it up.
Explosives are very dangerous, young lady. And who is this Emily?
She is my best friend, and a suffragette too. She was supposed to campaign with me tonight, but hasn't turned up.
Have you any reason to be worried about her?
Recently, Emily started to believe in... well, she got interested in vampires. I'm afraid she might be in trouble.
Let me guess. You spoke to her about us, didn't you? Despite your mother's warning. I think I should try to find your friend.
Oh, that would be top-notch. I can tell you where she might have gone. You have my thanks, Dr. Reed. And please, don't tell my mother.
Oliver for the North. Are they Sweden, Finland, Norway, Denmark, Iceland, Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania? Does this mean winter is coming to Eurovision? A fleas is coming. Allow me. To break the ice.
Do you know why Lady Ashbury chose you to become her daughter?
No, I don't. Each time I ask her that question, she smiles and says it's precisely because I dare to ask such questions.
Do you ever regret that she chose you?
Of course not. Though I often wonder if she adopted others before me. If so, where are they buried? How was it for them to pass through life with a never-aging mother?
Kearney brain freeze. That's a good one. Could break the ice with some Malacca fire. They'll definitely do the job. That's for sure.
Your mother has refused to turn you into a vampire. Tell me more about it.
Each time we argue, Mother expresses the same fear. She wants me to remain alive and full of joy, rather than become melancholy and immortal. She claims you can't have one without the other. It's pure selfishness.
It's your mother's choice. As daughters and sons, we have to accept the decisions our parents make for us despite our own wishes.
I love my mother, and have accepted everything from her. Even that she named me Charlotte, when it was not my original name.
Does it bother you?
No. Whoever I was when I was born, I am now Charlotte Ashbury. It hurts as much as it makes me proud to know that's the name my mother will read on my tombstone.
Your mother has walked this earth for much longer than you or I. She is wise, and we should not ignore her advice when we disagree with it.
But why shouldn't I be allowed to forge my own experience? There can't be only one righteous way to deal with eternity.
Why do you still hope to become a vampire in spite of your mother's refusal?
It's the immortal aspect of vampires that interests me. The world won't improve unless women take charge. I'm convinced of that.
You're obviously a clever woman with a good education and a brilliant future. But have you thought about the price you'd have to pay? The loneliness, the necessary masquerade.
Is it not true of every high position? To change this world and make it a better place, one needs time on one's side.
Tell me, Charlotte, how do you plan to achieve eternal life, since you've obviously given it a lot of thought?
I won't give up. You have no idea how determined I am, sir. I may contract a deadly disease. I may throw myself under a carriage, just to be saved by her sweet kiss.
That's a disturbing answer, young lady. And the worst part of it is, I know you speak the truth.
There are less dangerous ways, Doctor. Instead of throwing myself under a horse like Emily Davison, I could just throw myself into your arms.
Well, that would go against us being able to actually kill you as part of killing all these citizens.
Stop playing this game at once, Charlotte. This is unworthy of you, of your mother, and of myself.
I'm sorry, Dr. Reed. Please forgive me. That was stupid.
Goodbye, Charlotte. Give my best regards to your mother when you see her.
She's been quite busy these last few nights. I suspect you may see her before me.
Hello? Is anyone there?
Jonathan, is that you? I did not know you were back in London. Oh, my dear Johnny. I'm so sorry for your loss. Mary was such a sweetheart.
Thank you, Venus. May I come in?
I was going to bed, actually.
Forgive me. With the epidemic, I tend to forget people are supposed to sleep at night.
I'll tell you what. Come back tomorrow for tea. I'll be glad to see you then.
Oh, nice, Scar. That's cool. I hope you got some delicious food. Do you like Crocodile Dundee movies? I've seen all three of them, and I like them, but I don't actually own them, and I've only seen them once each. Oscar, by the way, what can you say about gaming in Australia? Is it big? Yeah, I'd definitely say it would be.
guard down.
Scar, what platform is more popular? No idea, to be honest. I don't really know much about that kind of stuff with video games. I don't really keep tabs on statistics or really pay much attention to that side of stuff. In Sweden, gaming is very popular and the main platform was PC because the middle class worker was so good back in the day, so people could afford a desktop without any issues. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's definitely fair too when there's sort of like financial considerations that can, affect stuff as well. And certain things might not have been at the same level everywhere. And so certain things had to be done to reach that point. Oh yeah, Mita, that's absolutely no worries at all, dude. Thank you so very much for being here as well. I really appreciate it. Would like to highly recommend people check out Amita's channel. He's doing a playthrough of the awesome Alien Isolation, and he's also got a playthrough of The Witcher 3 happening with a very, very ambitious challenge. He's playing the game without the HUD, and he's doing it without being able to fast travel. He's doing it without looking at the map. There are some moments in the game where the game will automatically force a look at the map or force a fast travel, but outside of those aspects, or outside of those examples, he'll not be looking at the map, and he's also doing a 100% playthrough as well, with that as well on top, to celebrate the game's 10th anniversary. So definitely recommend checking out Amita's channel. A really cool streamer and a great channel to jump into and chill with as well. And that's all good for the shout out, Amita. More than happy to give you one, dude. I hope you have a great start to your stream as well.
I can't believe I'm doing this. I have this thirst for blood. It's locked, all right.
Scar, did you ever see a kangaroo in real life? You're just curious. Oh, absolutely, Scar. Yeah, yeah. There's like some places where you can, go and actually see like kangaroos and koalas and all that, all those kind of like iconic Australian animals and stuff. And I've seen them in that sort of environment, but I've also just seen them like on the sides of the road at night in certain areas too. You got to be careful because they can jump out as well. There's definitely been a lot of people that have had like a car accident with a kangaroo hitting the car, and unfortunately the kangaroos died, and they've also like been severely injured, the driver and stuff, and done a lot of damage to their vehicle. But you definitely wouldn't want to provoke one either, because apparently they have in the past, because they've got really sharp claws and they've got very powerful legs as well, so they can definitely do a lot of damage.
Women's right to vote is only the first step. Support the equality between men and women.
Scar, you're lucky, man. Some animals are so damn amazing, especially kangaroo. Yeah, you have the same issue with elk here in Sweden. Oh, you do, Scar? Yeah, they're very, very powerful, and that can happen on roads and stuff. And these animals too, like they might be large sizes, but they can definitely move really fast. Scar, because elk weight is 1,000 pounds. When you hit it, it feels like you're hitting a damn wall. Also, it has big horns and starting to kick with back legs on impact. Oh, damn, yeah. That'd be the other thing too, like the back legs and, like, you just think about all the things that can go wrong, and you just hope that you're not in the line of it. This is actually where I might call it a stream for Vampyr today. I just want to thank everyone so much for watching the stream. I really appreciate it. We're going to go and raid out to Enmita, who was in here not long ago. He's doing his stream of Alien Isolation. He does that every Friday as part of his schedule. So we'll go and raid out to Enmita. Before we do that though, I'd just like to give some shout outs to some streamers I'd like to also recommend. Would definitely like to also recommend people check out Crocodiles, who's doing a playthrough of Assassin's Creed 2. However, he actually finished that today, and he's doing all these different games across different genres and franchises, and he's doing all of them in timeline order. So the most recent game that he did was Assassin's Creed 2, and it's not just games that are Assassin's Creed related, it's also various other different games that have different time periods that is being covered. Lucinda is doing a playthrough of Resident Evil 5. It's part of her Resident Evil marathon. After she's finished with Resident Evil 5, she'll be doing Resident Evil Revelations 2, Resident Evil 6, 7, and Village, and the DLC Shadows of Rose for Village as well. And who knows, by the time Lucinda gets to those later games, they may announce Resident Evil 9 in that time. Because Lucinda is basically doing at least 1 to 2 streams a week with her current schedule, so it could time out that potentially if Capcom announces a Resident Evil 9 officially, because there's been heaps of rumors about it and all that kind of stuff, then I think that'd be really cool, and I'm sure that Lucinda would also add Resident Evil 9 to that marathon. Mr. Gote is a streamer of games like Banishers, Ghosts of New Eden. He's also a fan of games like Elden Ring, as well as the Outlast series. Scar is doing a playthrough of Days Gone. He also has a playthrough going of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, as well as the game Control. Shilalock is also highly recommended. He's doing a playthrough of Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation, the remastered version. He's doing that as part of his Assassin's Creed marathon. So that's the current game that he's actually doing. He's also a fan of the Dark Pictures series of horror games as well. So definitely recommend those streamers if you haven't checked them out before. Absolutely, Scar. Yep. Here we go. Gonna raid Enmita. See how he's doing with Alien. See how the Alien is going as well. Sheila, that's absolutely no worries at all for the stream. And same to you as well, Crooked. Absolutely no worries at all. And that's all good for the shout-outs. Scar, thank you for the stream. Perfect performance as usual. Thank you so much, Scar. I'm glad that you enjoyed. Thank you for being here too. And no worries at all for the stream. And Chilla, no problem at all for the shout-out, dude. More than happy to give you one. And Keone, no problem at all for the stream. Thank you for being here too. Thank you everyone for watching. I really appreciate it a lot. I'm going to put a general raid message that everyone can feel free to copy and paste. And I've also got one for subscribers as well. So I'll set that one up. I like to do different combo variations of the raid emotes for subscribers, so I'll do a custom one with some horror game related emotes that I've got. So the next stream that you would see from me is Rise of the Tomb Raider, and that on my schedule is Saturday and Sunday, Rise of the Tomb Raider, doing a Phase 2 playthrough to celebrate the game's 10th anniversary. This time around it's going to be a music-focused playthrough. On Monday, I'll be starting my playthrough of Doom 2, Hell on Earth. On Tuesday, it's a stream day off. Sometimes, however, on a Tuesday, I'll decide to do an extra stream of something that's already on the schedule. But if not, it'll be something that is just random, that's not on the schedule, but it also could be just a stream day off. Wednesday and Thursday, I'll be doing Assassin's Creed 3 for my annual playthrough. And for that playthrough, I'm going to be doing a disarm focus, which means pretty much whenever possible, all the enemies, I have to disarm them first, and then, because when you disarm them, you also take their weapon off them, kill them with their own weapon as well. And then, of course, next Friday, we'll get back to Vampyr as well. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. I hope you all have a great Friday and also a great weekend as well, and catch you in the next one.